Join me as I dive into the drama and try to uncover the real impact of Bishop S.Y. Younger's statement on Brian Carn's church. There's been quite a stir in the religious community lately, all thanks to a statement made by Bishop S.Y. Younger that has left many questioning its implications. This statement didn't just cause a ripple, it's threatening to create a massive wave of controversy within Brian Carn's church. At the heart of the issue is how Younger's comments intersect with the teachings and practices of Carn's church, leading to a significant divide. The preacher creates mystery, hidden knowledge, Adamic worlds. Lucifer destroyed the earth. Then he creates fear and urgency. Last days, short time. Judgment is near. Then he offers a solution, a seed, an altar, a moment. This is called emotional leverage. The message becomes, if you don't move now, you might miss what God is doing. But here's what Scripture actually says. 2 Peter 2:3 In their greed, they will exploit you with false words. Micah 3:11 Her leaders judge for a bribe, her priests teach for a price. Jesus never charged for miracles. The apostles never sold access to God. The early church gave freely. But this modern prophetic model says revelation first, offering second, breakthrough later. And that's not faith. That's spiritual sales. And what's worse, people who question it are labeled rebellious, ungrateful, or not spiritual enough. Which leads to the final truth. Because this is not about one bishop. This is about a system. If this pattern keeps repeating, who is holding these leaders accountable? And what happens? This is not about one sermon. This is not about one bishop. This is about a system that keeps repeating itself. The pattern is always the same. Introduce a hidden revelation. Twist scripture with mystical language. Mix Bible with bad science. Add fear, urgency, and destiny language. End with a financial demand. Call critics haters or religious. Move on until the next scandal. And here's the uncomfortable truth. This works not because it's biblical but because it's emotional. People are tired. They're broke. They're hurting. They want answers. They want hope. So when someone stands on a stage and says your assignment is almost up, your debt is turning into a credit, property is transferring into your name, it hits something deep. But here's what Scripture says. Matthew 24:24, false prophets will rise and deceive many. Galatians 1:6-7, you are turning to a different gospel. And the saddest part, people think they're growing spiritually when they're actually being conditioned. Conditioned to give, conditioned to obey, conditioned to never question. And when leaders finally fall, the people are left confused, embarrassed, and spiritually wounded. That's why this matters. Not to tear down the church, but to protect the people. Tonight, we exposed the false Genesis gap doctrine, the misuse of Lucifer's story, the emotional manipulation behind seed offerings, and the dangerous pattern spreading through prophetic spaces. If this video opened your eyes even a little, share it. If you believe truth still matters, like and subscribe. And if you've ever felt pressured, confused, or manipulated in a church setting, drop a comment below. Your story matters because discernment isn't disrespect, it's protection. The implications of Younger's statement are far-reaching, touching on aspects of faith, leadership, and community trust. For the community, it's a moment of truth. Will they stand by the traditional teachings or embrace a new perspective? Within Carn's church, the statement has opened up a can of worms, with some members feeling betrayed and others defending Younger's right to free speech. The church's leadership is under scrutiny, with many wondering how they will navigate this delicate situation. The potential fallout is substantial, with some speculating that it could lead to a split within the church. To understand the magnitude of this controversy, it's essential to look at the backgrounds of both Bishop S.Y. Younger and Brian Carn. Both figures have significant influence within their community, with a history of shaping spiritual and moral discussions. However, they've not been without their share of controversies. Carn has faced criticism for his church's handling of various issues, while Younger has been no stranger to making headlines with his outspoken views. Their influence and previous controversies add layers to the current situation, making it even more complex. The influence of both men is undeniable, with their words and actions closely followed by their congregations. Previous controversies have tested their leadership and the loyalty of their followers. The current statement by Younger has reignited debates about their roles as spiritual leaders and their responsibility to their community. This situation raises questions about the power of words and the responsibility that comes with influence. One of the most dramatic reactions to Younger's statement came from a key figure within the church, who publicly expressed their disappointment and concern. This reaction wasn't just about the statement itself, but about the perceived direction of the church under Carn's leadership. The tension created by Younger's statement has brought to the surface deeper issues within the church, including questions about accountability and the freedom to question leadership. This reaction illustrates the complex dynamics at play and the high stakes involved. The reaction highlights the challenges faced by churches in balancing tradition with the need for growth and evolution. It's a delicate balance that requires wisdom and sensitivity. The situation is a reminder that spiritual leadership is not just about guiding a congregation, but also about navigating the complexities of human emotions and expectations. In reflecting on this situation, it's clear that Bishop S.Y. Younger's statement has had a profound impact on Brian Carn's church and its community. The controversy has sparked essential discussions about leadership, accountability, and the power of words. As the church and its members navigate this challenging time, one thing is certain: the impact of Younger's statement will be felt for a long time. If you're interested in more stories like this, or if you have thoughts on the current situation, please leave them in the comments below. For another look into controversies within the church, consider checking out our video on another shocking incident that sheds light on similar issues.